And you are live. All right. And it says that I am live. So who's here with me? Hey, it's me, your girl, Candy with an E, and we are back here at the 3M Virtual Summit. And if you guys have not been getting good advice and good information, then you telling a story. Because I know I've been getting some good information. So I know you guys are getting some good information as well. So let's get started today. Let's talk to some people that we have out here. Who we got out here in 3M land? And by the way, this 3M virtual summit is actually being sponsored by Lily and Sadie. So go to www.facebook.com/Lily and Sadie and check out their merchandise. All of the earrings, the jewelry, and everything that you see me wearing this, during the summit, I purchased them from Lily and Sadie, and I actually put in a video when she goes live and actually shows off the jewelry. The jewelry is really, really, really nice. So go out and check out Lily and Sadie. And when I say they have some nice stuff, they have some nice stuff. We see that Pixie Lee is in the house. Hey, 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 girl. How you? You already know it's time for drinks and the 3M Virtual Summit. You already know what we're doing up in here. Today, we got LaShena Recruitalina, okay? And when I tell you, she going to tell you how to get to the money. If you are working in corporate America and you're stuck and you trying to figure out how I need to get to the next step, this is the lady that you need to talk to. Okay, so write her name down. Make sure you link up with her because we're a lot of us are entrepreneurs, but some people they want to continue working for corporate America, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, but if you're doing that, try to be at the top of your game. So that means you need to get somebody like LaShena that can help you do that. Okay. So what I'm finna do is I'm finna bring my girl, LaShena Recruitalina, up and she finna get this thing crump. Okay. So let's add her in now. There she is.
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, I am doing amazing. How are you?
I'm great. So what I want you to do, as always, tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, I am LaShena Recruitalina Matthews, and I help career professionals really get to the coins, the capital, and the cash. I really help them to maximize their career so that they can be part of those six-figure earners or 6+ figure earners. So I am so excited to be here with you. Candy, you have been slaying it with the conference. Let me tell you, this is an amazing conference. I have been tuning in to all of the speakers. So the bar has been set pretty high for me tonight, but I won't disappoint you.
Oh yeah. We actually had a lot of people that joined the summit as speakers that we have all ranges, whether you want to be a business owner and you just getting started or you're already in the game, or like the podcast, how to do a podcast, how to get on the different platforms like getting on TV and stuff like that. And then this is even better because you do have some people that do not want to work for themselves. They rather work for someone else. And that's nothing wrong with that. And that's one of the things that we do have to do as business owners. Stop bashing people about working for other people. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to do it, be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Be the best at it. And that's what I like about what you do, because you actually teach people how to get to the money. And that's what we want to do. Regardless if you're a business owner or you're working for someone else, we need to be making them coins.
Right.
Right? So are you ready to show them how to get to the money?
Yes, ma'am. I am ready.
All right. So let's get this thing crunk.
All right, awesome. Well, let me get my screen pulled up here, and I think my screen is ready. We're good to go. All right. Well, hello again. I am LaShena Recruitalina Matthews, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here with Candy and the 3M Virtual Summit. I am a master career life coach, and I help professionals turn their career into coins, cash, and capital so that they can earn six figures or continue to make multiple six figures. So, how many of you out there have worked a job that you know you deserve to make more money? So I'm just going to pause right here and let you know I cannot see you and I cannot see the comments. I'm going to try to look in the comments on another device, but please engage with me because I'm not used to just talking into a computer screen. I'm really a more of a human touch kind of person. So please engage on the comments as much as possible. So how many of you know that you deserve more money? I just want to see type 1 in the comments if you know that you deserve more money or that you've ever been on a job and you are doing the same job as the person that's sitting next to you, but you know that they're making more money. How many of you have had that happen to you? Put a 1 in the comment, just a 1. So you know that this is happening all the time. And if this has happened to you, you're in the right place tonight because I'm going to share with you some gems on how to turn your career into coins, cash, and capital. But before I get to the nitty gritty of things, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama. And I was born to a single mom who was pregnant at the age of 15. So having a teenage mom, as you can only imagine, finances were really tight when I was growing up. And I was determined that I didn't want to struggle financially all my life. So I started working when I was about 11 or 12 years old, doing babysitting jobs and odds and ends. And then I started my career in corporate America at the young age of 15. And I've been a corporate professional ever since. And when I graduated school, I already had a full-time job lined up working for the state of Alabama. So, of course, when I finished high school, I didn't see the need to go to college. I had a job, and that's what college is for, right? To get a job. But what I didn't have were credentials. And by the time I was working, at this time, I was working with college students and helping them earn their degree. And here I didn't even have a college course under my belt. So what did I decide to do? I decided to go to college. So here, not knowing that before I finished my 4-year degree, I would lose my mom to breast cancer at the very young age of 45 years old. But what I didn't know is that at that same age of 45, I would also be diagnosed with breast cancer too. But fortunately, mine was not as aggressive as my mom. It was caught early. God had my back. I had a lot of determination, love, and support from my family and friends that I was able to see the other side of the cancer. But it made me even more determined that the things that I learned over the span of my career as a HR professional, doing corporate recruiting for global organizations, and how I grew my career to six figures by the age of 40, I knew I had inside of me lots of valuable information to share with others so that I could help others become part of that 10% of Americans earning six figures too. So if you are already at six figures and you're earning that, or you want to be part of that six-figure club, as I call it, I want you to type six-figure club in the message. Six-figure club. Let's see how many six-figure clubs that I can see in the messages. Because if you're already earning six figures or you want to earn six figures, I want to hear from you. Now, my title is Master Career Life Coach. Now, what is that term? Because you've heard of probably a career coach, you've probably heard of a life coach, but what is this career life coach? I say this because your career is just one piece of the pie in your life. But will we not all agree that that one piece of the pie, your career, it actually determines how much of the pie you're able to eat. It determines what home you live in. It determines what kind of car you drive, what kind of activities your kids are involved in, what kind of vacations you go on. It's all interdependent upon each other. So that's why I have a hybrid coaching style. It doesn't stay in just one lane of just your career or just one lane of your life, because those lanes actually run parallel to each other. And in order to get the most out of it, the most bang out of your buck, in order to be in that six-figure club, you have to look at those. You have to look at those lanes together. So my intention today is to give you some valuable information that you can take away and immediately implement in your life and immediately implement in your career to increase your net worth. So at the end of this, if you feel as if you've received value from what we've talked about, I want to know, is it okay for me to share with you how you can work with me further? I just want to see some yeses and I have a little bit of a delay in my comments over here, but I'm seeing them come through. I appreciate it, Pixie. I see you, girl. Nigeria, I see you. Sajikra, I see you. I'm sorry, Sadrika. I hope I said that right. But thank you guys for joining in. I just want to make sure, is it okay that I can share with you, if I show you value in the few minutes that we're spending together, on how we can work together? But I know also people really like to have some free stuff, some free giveaways. So as my gift for you being part of Candy's amazing 3M virtual summit and you participating, I am going to give you a free gift today just for hanging out with us. I'm going to send you the slides from today because I want you to fully pay attention to all these gems that I'm going to be sharing with you. So please have your pencil, your pen, your notebook ready to take notes, but don't worry about copying the slides because I will send you the slides if you text me at the number that you see listed on the slide here, and it will be on all of the slides thereafter so that you can make sure that you have the number there. So 770-309-0803, type six-figure club with your name and your email address, and I'll make sure that you get these slides from today. So let's go ahead and get started with these gems. Now, the first gem I'm dropping is a major secret. Shh, you can't tell anybody. I want you to read this out loud with me. I can't hear you, but I want you to read it out loud with me. I am my business. I must see myself like a business and treat myself like a business. My body is my business. My heart is my business. I will work on myself and build my worth. Anyone who comes into my life must respect that or they will be let go. I will attract assets into my life, not liabilities. I am my business. Ooh, I hope I heard everyone saying that loud and clear on your end. I heard them. I want you to type that in the message. I am my business. Let me see that in the chat because I want you to own that. I want you to claim that because this is the foundation of everything that we're going to be talking about from here on out is I am my business. And one of my most favorite books it's so ironic how they align here with the secret that I just shared with you. And the name of my favorite book is called The Secret and the concept of the law of attraction. So if you haven't read it, I'm telling you, it's a must read. And if you've already read it, it's a must reread. So put it on your reread rotation because it has some valuable ways to think about life, about your career, about everything that is involved with you as a business. Now that we've had that foundation laid, let's build upon this with three really key topics. First, how not to get underpaid. 2, when and how to ask for a raise. And 3, how not to leave money on the table. Really key. We're going to pack a lot in this, so hang on tight with me as we run through them. So this first one is how not to get underpaid. So we already have heard from so many of you when you put one in the comment box that there have been times where you know that you have not been paid what you deserve and that other people were being paid more than you. Well, the research shows that every dollar a man makes, a woman earns 80 cents. And for minority women, it's even worse. African American women make 63 cents for every dollar a white man makes, while Latinas make only 54 cents. That means the average woman must work far into the next year to earn what the average man earns the previous year. So let me break that down for you a little bit. So March 31st is the day of the year that they calculate that women in general catch up with what men made the prior year. So that's where you see on the slide equal pay day. This is so commonly known that they even named a day after it, and it's called equal pay day. And this day symbolizes how far in the year it takes for that minority group to earn what that white male counterpart earned in the previous year. So for Black women, that's all the way in August. That's right, you heard me. August of this year, it will take for a Black woman to earn as much as her white counterpart did the year prior. And what we find is that so much of this pay gap happens at the time that you're hired on a job, and that your pay comes with, and the pay that you come in with is what determines how much you're paid over time. But let's admit it, the math is the math. And if you get a 5% raise on, say, $50,000, that's $2,500. But if you come in at $100,000, that same 5% raise is actually $5,000. So you see where I'm going with that math? That's where you hear the saying, the rich get richer, because it's the math. It's how you come into a job many times and the amount that you accept for that offer that determines how your trajectory over time of how much you'll be able to earn and how close you'll be able to get to that 6 figures plus. So let me ask you another question. How many of you, when you've gone on an interview, you've completed a job application, and you've been asked, what is your current salary? You probably didn't think anything about it, did you? They're like, okay, well, that's the application. That's part of the job process. I have to answer the question. Well, then you think, well, what does that matter? What I currently make, what does that matter with anything? What I want to earn how much I am valued at, how much I'm worth. Well, this is coming up in the laws. They're changing laws, and as you see on the slide, it says states with salary history bans. That's right. The laws are changing in the US, and in most states, it's illegal for them to ask you your current salary. Did you know that? So if you don't know that, if you don't know your rights as an employee, then if you're in one of these states that's indicated with the orange, which there is a salary history ban, that means a company cannot ask you how much are you currently making, then they could possibly use that data to underpay you. And that's not what we need. You need to be informed about your rights as an employee so that you can make sure that you're coming in and you're getting an offer that is equivalent to your value, to your experience, to what you're bringing to the table. So that's what we want to make sure that you're you're informed about. And that's what I'm here to help you with, because these are things that are changing all the time. These different states that are in the gray, they could change at any point. And so a lot of them are getting caught up. So we want to make sure that all of this is information that you're getting. Now, another way that we can earn more money and make sure that we're not getting underpaid is, we've heard this as some of our entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs, niches get riches. So how does that apply in your career? You probably never thought that that would apply in your career, right? Well, it does, because the more people who can do your exact job, usually that means that you earn less money. But the fewer people who can do your job, then that usually means that you make more money. So on the left-hand side, you see customer service reps. You know, as wonderful as our customer service reps are when we call in on, if our, like T-Mobile, they had an outage yesterday. You best believe those customer service reps were busy this week answering all those calls about why my phone is not working and I can't make calls. But that is a skill set that a lot of people can do. A lot of people can answer the phone. They can be trained on a script. So usually they are paid less money. Whereas on the right-hand side, if you see data scientists, they're earning on average $120,000 a year. And I put this out to say, have you even heard of a data scientist? A lot of us haven't. I've recruited them, so I've heard of them, and I've know some of their skill set. But it's a blend of technology and being able to look at a lot of things in the system. But it's very few in the job market. So that means that they are paid more because there's a limited number. It's a supply and demand type of thing. The other thing with niches get riches is that I talk to people about brain earns bucks. So let that sink in a little bit. Brains earns bucks. Now, what does that mean? That means the more that you use your brain, the more thinking that you are required to do in your job, the more strategy you're required to do in your job, you're paid more because of that. And I know we've all had that boss or that manager who you're like, how in the world did they get in that job? Because they don't know what in the world they're doing. But they have had some type of things along the way that has enabled them to get into that job. They may not be the smartest person, they may not be the brainiest person, but they have gotten in that job. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more on how we can change that. But we want to make sure that right now you're looking at yourself as a thought leader in what you do. Even if you are a customer service rep, you make sure that you differentiate yourself from the other customer service reps. Is there anything, a specific technology that you can be the thought leader in, that there's a certain part of that call script that you just are amazing at, and that you are the team lead and that you train others? That's how you start earning more money so that you are not underpaid in what you do. The other thing is when and how to ask for a raise. I'm going to tell you, in working with clients, the number one mistake that I have found is that when people try to negotiate internal offers, their biggest mistake is they do not even try to negotiate an internal offer. One of my favorite quotes is, closed mouths don't get fed. What does that mean? Open your mouth. When it comes around to performance review time, make sure you're opening your mouth. When it comes to things that you're doing that are bringing value, open your mouth. But what I don't want you to do is to open your mouth without bringing value. Now, some of the reasons why people don't negotiate higher salaries, one study said that of 57 respondents to a particular survey, the number one thing was that why they didn't try to negotiate an offer is that they felt uncomfortable negotiating a salary. Number two, they didn't want to be perceived as pushy. And third, they worried about losing their job. And I tell you, this is very factual to some of the clients that I work with as to the reason why they don't think about opening their mouth and asking for a raise. So it's really common that people won't negotiate their salaries for various reasons. So I really coach my clients on educating themselves on their company's internal promotional guidelines. Most companies have some type of promotional guidelines when they go to promote someone from one role to another. It may be a baseline percentage. It may be determined on how many grade levels you are moving up in this particular role that then equates to a percentage. Whatever it is, by you asking that recruiter or asking that HR person who's working with you on recruitment for that role, by understanding those guidelines, it helps you feel more confident that you're not going to lose your job or that you're not seeming pushy because you understand the parameters of what you do have to push. So that's where I help coach my clients to make sure that they're comfortable in having those conversations and giving them some of the right words to say or the right ways of asking for that raise so that they don't feel like they're coming off a certain way or they're putting their job in jeopardy. But as I mentioned before, I want you to make sure that you're opening your mouth, but making sure that you have the value behind opening your mouth. What do I mean by this? So the chart up above you see is the STAR method. Now, many of you have heard of the STAR method when it comes to interviewing, an interview technique for behavioral interview questions, where you state the situation, you state the task, the problem, and the challenges. A is for action. What did you actually do to help solve for this? And then R are the results. What are the benefits, savings, and rewards that you received as a result of this particular situation? So what I want to challenge each of you is that every day you go to work, you think, I am going to interview for my job today. And you're like, what in the world, LaShena Recruitalina, you telling me? I already have this job. Yeah, you have it today, but I need to make sure that you're interviewing for that same job every day because you are replaceable. And we're living in some uncertain times with COVID, and I'll tell you. And there we are at will states for a lot of us in the US. So that means that at any point, you can be told that your services are no longer needed. And you can say, oh, well, I've been performing well. It doesn't matter. If you're in an at will state, you can be let go for no reason. Now, we can talk about some reasons where you could have some additional things to back that up, but we can talk about that later. But for now, we're going to make sure that every day you show up to work, that you're following this STAR methodology and interviewing for your job. Not only is it going to help keep your mindset in a frame that I'm bringing value, because I'm going to see this situation and I'm going to think through, if I had to answer a question in an interview about this exact situation that I'm dealing with, what will I say was how I handled this? What was the problem I had to handle? What was the action that I took? Not the team, me individually, because what did we say? I am my business. So what did I do and in the action? And what results did I benefit? What value did I bring? What savings did I bring? What was the impact of what I did? And if you think about that on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, You make sure that you're having some quarterly business reviews with your own self and that you're thinking about your manager, your boss, as your client, then it's going to really just change your whole mindset when you go into your job. Because if you think of your manager as your client, what do you do for a client? You're there to give them customer service. You're there to give them value. You want to make sure that they're satisfied. Whereas a lot of times I find that people think of their managers as their coaches by default. It's like, where did you think that? Where did that come from? There's so many managers out here who are not equipped to be mentors and to be managers. And that is where we fall into a lot of challenges where you're looking to your managers for support and guidance, and they don't have it to give to you. So if you think of them as your client and what you're bringing to the table and the value that you're bringing, and that you want to make sure that your client is super satisfied, it is going to completely change your thought process on how you deal with that next situation with your manager. So we're going to go on. We have so much to talk about on that one. So this last one that we're going to talk about tonight is how not to leave money on the table. Now, nobody wants to do that, right? No one wants to leave money on the table. So the most important thing I want you to gain from me talking with you today is do not leave money on the table, because your employer calculates your salary based on your total rewards package. So for those that are commenting, make sure, do not leave money on the table. No money is to be left on the table. So when your employer calculates your total rewards package, all of these different things that you see in this picture, they're packaging in on your head as to what you cost the company. And you're like, well, that's not what I'm bringing home. Well, some of it you are just leaving on the table. So we have health benefits, we have 401k matching, even time off. So when you get paid, even though you're not working, the company's still paying for that. So you have to make sure that you're getting the most out of it, making sure that you're taking your PTO, making sure that with your flexible spending that you're taking advantage of that. There are so many employer discounts and perks that I'm telling you, people don't even know the magnitude of the perks and the benefits that they get. And they stumble upon it sometimes, but they can get discounts on cell phone, discounts on gym memberships, entertainment values, or entertainment venues, and then shopping. So if you don't know what perks are available to you, make sure that tomorrow you go in and you look for what are your employee benefits? What are your employer perks? You might have a cell phone bill right now that you can cut 50%. Because you just don't know what benefits that you have taken advantage of. And they change every year, because that's the benefits, the benefit department's job is that they're evaluating those benefits at every year. So make sure that you're evaluating them to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. So with these things also for the flexible spending account, that is people tax-free money. Tax-free, meaning that you get to spend it without Uncle Sam getting a piece of it, as long as you use it for things like copays, deductibles, prescriptions, health products. That's all set aside. So for those companies that have a 401k company-sponsored retirement plan, there's usually some kind of employer matching as well. So in simple terms, if your company says, okay, Billy Bob, when you contribute $5,000, I will match that and contribute $5,000 on your behalf. Boom. You just got an extra $5,000 for just making sure that you utilize the company matching. That's free money. That's on top of what you're already earning in your annual salary. So another important way to make sure that you're earning money is to get paid for your brand and not your talent. So let me say that again. You get paid on your brand, not your talent. So, we talked about earlier how sometimes you have managers that are in these positions, they're not that talented. So it does happen where sometimes, I'm not saying that you should not be talented. You absolutely should be talented. But if you see some of the pictures here, this coffee is the same. It could be the same coffee that you get from another place, but you're paying a premium. These red bottoms, you paying a premium. These Nikes, you paying a premium. And why? Because it's a brand. You're paying for the brand name. So each of us, we have a brand. We have a personal brand. And many times you get paid because of your brand. So just think about, have you ever heard of someone say, oh, well, John really did a great presentation, or Shonda really did an amazing job in that presentation. That is becoming part of that person's brand. And when best believe when promotion time comes around, some of those things are going to be thought about. They're going to be referenced when you think about that person's brand. So that is very, very important. And the other thing about not leaving money on the table is that networking, it will get you indoors, a degree will not. I have so many people who say, oh, I need to get another degree. I need to get another degree. And they will not, for the life of them, do any networking. They're not on LinkedIn. They're not trying to do any type of any social requests. They're not trying to speak at any type of conferences. They just want to get all these degrees. Well, it'll only get you so far, because networking will get you indoors. A degree will not. How many times have we seen people get jobs just because they know somebody who knows someone? And that's where that's making sure that you don't leave money on the table. So let me ask you a question. How many of you have found value in this information that I've shared with you today? I know I threw a lot at you. So like I said, you can make sure that you send that text to get these slides. How many of you know that you deserve to earn more money? I want you to just drop some ones in the message so I can know that you deserve more money after hearing some of the things that we've talked about. And well, I'm so glad that you guys have found value in the things that I've shared with you today. But what if I could help you learn more? How many of you would like that? Well, I have multiple programs that give such valuable insight, just like what you've received today, but it's on steroids. And it has helped career professionals to not only earn more, but stress less. So how do you know if this program is for you? This program is for you if, one, you're currently employed, two, you're working at a corporate job being paid with a W-2, and three, you deserve to make more money. So I have here on the slide some of the programs that I have that are discounted, especially for this 3M virtual summit, because like I said, Candy is doing some amazing things here, and I want to make sure that I'm giving her audience some really incredible value, as well as some specials to really make sure that they have this at the forefront. So we have expert resume advice plus a 30-minute discovery session that's really valued at $197, because we really go through your resume and make sure that you're bringing value and differentiating yourself from the rest of the resumes that are in that stack. And that is free by emailing at the bottom with the subject line 3M Virtual Summit. And then we also have a one-on-one coaching where it's a do-it-yourself type of model. So I'm here to support you. You're able to ask questions, give me some understanding of your goals. And then it may be that you just need that, that 1 month period of having some coaching to talk through some of those things. And then you're set on the right path. And then for those that want a little bit more extensive of a program, then we have the 6-month coaching program with a value of $29.97. And it's already significantly discounted. I'm telling you, there are other programs out there that are much more than $29.97. But really, I want to make sure again that I'm helping as many of our people to get to six figures and plus. And so for the summit here, I'm providing that for $997, and we do have payment plans that are available if you need to break that down into more digestible time periods over the months. So please make sure that you digest those things, that you email me, and I can get you the information. And then on the right-hand side, you can see where you can find me on all social media outlets. On LinkedIn, I'm under Recruitalina. YouTube, I host a channel, The Career Tea. On Facebook, Recruitalina LaShena, and then also on Instagram with Love What You Do _LLC. I am so excited that I was able to share all of these gems, and hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I'm going to hand it back over to my girl, Candy, with an E.
All right. Yay. That was good. That was good. That was good. I was sitting up there like, yep, 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 but can't do it because, that means I got to go back and work for somebody. But if I do need to go back and work from somebody, I'm coming to talk to you first. How about that? But
that'll work. That'll work.
There's a lot of stuff that people really don't know when it comes down to working for others, how to actually promote yourself and stuff like that. And the numbers on how much we as women make less than white men is crazy. Yeah, because it's gonna take me to August to make what he didn't made. He already on another year's worth of salary before I catch up with last year's stuff. That is a lot. That is a lot. So if you guys did not get anything out of this, you crazy, because just some of the stats by itself blew my mind. So like I said, I kept telling you guys that this right here, these people this week, these are the powerhouses. Matter of fact, all 12 people were powerhouses. If you did not check out the lives, if you weren't able to come in and check the lives out on the day that we were having the lives, they are in the group. They are on my YouTube channel. So check out all of the lives. And when I say tomorrow, we're going to do it again. Tomorrow, we got Coco. Kawana Stanley is going to be in the house. She's going to tell you how you can actually start your own cleaning service. Now, when I say if you want to start working for yourself, this is the lady that you need to talk to, because she did everything from scratch. So when I say she has a lot of information you guys need to check out. And thank you, LaShena, for being on here tonight. This was awesome, which we already knew that because, LaShena. Anyway, so again, thank you guys for coming and joining me, your girl, Candy with an E, on my 3M virtual summit. And we will see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock right here. Bye.